Yes, we can. And I realized I just kind of made an Obama reference there, and that was unintentional. So yes, I have it ready. Couple of caveats on here. I am doing a 5-tiered ranking system, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have a couple of 2.5s on there because they weren't quite bad, but they weren't quite good, so they're just kind of sitting there in the middle. Also, no recent presidents. So Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, not on this list, mostly because I have not had enough time, and I don't think historians have had enough time to properly rank where they're going to be on that list. So I'm leaving those ones off just for my own personal reasons, because I don't really know where they rank compared to the other presidents yet, because they've not been out of office long enough, or they're still in office, or they might be in office again. Who knows? So this is just in the order in which they served. My tier number 1, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, Theodore Roosevelt, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt. To me, these are the most important 5 presidents. They're the ones who had some of the biggest impact on the power of the president himself and helped lead the country in times of great and dire need. And again, this is all personal preference, so feel free to disagree. Coming in at tier 2, we have John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, JFK, and Bill Clinton. So these are presidents that I really like. Some of the policies they did were really good. They were very much popular amongst the American people, and they made decisions that might not have been popular, but were for the best of everyone. John Adams kept us out of the war, with France. Thomas Jefferson made the Louisiana Purchase. Madison, War of 1812. Truman ended World War II. Dwight D. Eisenhower won World War II and created the interstate system. JFK sent us to the moon. Bill Clinton led one of the largest periods of economic prosperity in American history. So my halfway in between tier, Lyndon B. Johnson and Ronald Reagan. Both of these guys were popular presidents for their times. They weren't the most, people had problems with both of these guys for very legitimate reasons. So, while I think they were good presidents, they weren't great presidents. They were probably better presidents than they were human beings. We'll put it that way, especially in Johnson's case, because, whew. Tier 3 has 12 in it. James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, William McKinley, William Henry Taft, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush. They weren't the worst. They definitely weren't the best. They were just kind of there. They were, I have 8 presidents in Tier 4. Buren, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Hayes, Garfield, Harris. These guys either died while they were president or just didn't do much to help the country at all and were just, again, kind of there. They each did some things that weren't bad, but they weren't as good as Tier 3, but they're not as bad as Tier 5. And now the worst of the worst. William Henry Harrison, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Andrew Johnson, Grover Cleveland, Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, Richard Nixon, and Andrew Jackson. These are the ones who were either openly racist, identified with the South, let the South continue to gain arms, cause a civil war, should have been impeached, would have been impeached, or, were just overall not very effective and bad presidents. So there you go, my presidential ranking system. Enjoy.